Acquiring new clients should be the most easiest part in a business, but many founders out there when I worked with, they have this struggling about retaining their clients, burning out when managing too much clients, but not actually profitable, or even just get their first customer. So, in the past 3 months, I've been learning from the top leader in the world about how to get the ICP clients to work with you. We are also applying this same principle in the same system that we will plan to scale over 100k in the next 3 months. And so, in the next 1 hour, just copy and steal my system. But if you want to actually implement the system into your own business and personalize it out, I have a simple link below. Just will go with us and we'll see if you're a good fit. Now, let's go into the real problem.
So, wish you have the absolutely best day. And in the next 1 hour, I guide you through step by step the exact system and plan that we use to attract our ICP clients to our consulting business. So, if you don't know me, my name is Tang Tung, the founder of Tung Consulting, and we help people to scale and coaching them how to build their personal brand. So, I grew up in a middle class family in Vietnam. I was broke and hate myself for being a heavy weight for my parents, especially in the financial aspect. Because as a man, I can understand the fact that I have to rely on my parents and I can decide what I want to do. And I have just to do what they told me to. And I realized that formal education is not the only road that will lead me to the freedom. And so at 12, I start my journey, start to transform my physique, even try to be a trainer. At 13, I start my first cooking business, got a corporate job, but it was as tour guy, but I started my e-commerce brand. And now I'm 15, helping others to build a personal brand step by step. And so before we go into the system, before we go into any strategy, I want you to understand that the only thing you can control is yourself. In the entire world, the only thing you can control is yourself. The only one who can change yourself is also only you. No one can change you, and you can change no one. And it's also your unique advantage that no one can replicate that version of you. How you feel, how you talk, how you think is your advantage, your unique advantage. No one can copy that because people have the nature instinct that if anyone try to copy you to be the second version, to be like you, even just a little bit, people will associate that person to you, to your image, to your brand. And that's how powerful and how leveraging personal brand can be really is. You can even selling a digital product, you can selling a service, you can be selling uh, your physical product, and you can be selling everything if you have a really powerful personal brand, like the big name like Iman Gatti, Daniel Dalen, or some man that you saw on the internet. And and now let's get into the real system that we use that you can generate your ICP clients. So ICP stands for Ideal Customer Profile. So the first thing when I saw a business, when they can find a way to actually attract the ideal customer clients, is that they don't think clearly enough and they don't understand enough what is the real ICP, what does the real ICP avatar look like. And so when you look at this, and when you have this kind of problem, you attract tons of clients, but none of them really annoying and draining your energy out and getting rich and building business and it's building a business should not be that much of draining and killing yourself. And to solve this kind of problem, so when you build on that, when you actually know clear what is your real ICP is, to look at the 5 values that you want to have in yourself as a coach, as a business founder, any kind of 5 values that you want to have in yourself. You imagine, you think about it. Imagine that person, how they talk, how they think, how they would work with you, how does that look like, and your energy. And you know exactly, you write that down on the paper, and you know what does your ICP clients actually look like, and what actually is a pain point that your business is trying to solve. When I say this, I want you to really think that you have to sophisticate your market. The more sophisticated it is, the better price that you can charge, the more premium price that you can charge for the service or for the product. That is simple because when you pick a selected group of people and you solve that group of people only, you're becoming unique. The solution become special in the much normal way, and it'd be much easier for you to have a high price ticket, high ticket, and even have a high retainer because you're the only one who has that kind of solution. So now you know what does your ICP clients look like. You know what you need to solve for them, what's the values that they have, and who is your brand actually serving and creating content for. So now to actually go from 0 to 100k plus per month, you only have to master three things, three kind of social platforms. The first one is organic content. The second one is referral, very powerful thing. And the last one, and also the least thing that you have to rely on is paid marketing. When I say this, organic content have much more leverage than paid marketing. Referral, very powerful, words from mouth to mouth. Your reputation, your branding, everything can pass to people because especially now in the digital era. But paid marketing, you have to pay for it and only do it if you know that your ads is a winner. That's why we have organic content and referral to support it. Now let's jump into how to actually create better organic content. So now, organic content is everything that you put on the internet. Like this, a post on LinkedIn, you can see here, a post on LinkedIn, my YouTube videos, my Facebook post, my Facebook Reels, and my Instagram post. Everything that you done it by yourself and you click the button post is your organic content, and it also presents who you are. How does you look like to other people? What is the first impression when they look at you? Mostly rely on your organic content. And let's jump into how can you build a really good organic content that really present yourself for your ICP avatar. So now you remember the five values that you defined in the first place. You wrote that down on the paper, and from that you externalize things into the pillars of content. So now for me, it's my stories, how I grow from when I was broke, from when I was didn't know anything, and from 3 years ago, and I am where I am now for a personal win and from a client win. I'm going to share with you the mindset, lessons, and the beliefs of what is the most important thing that actually took me here. What is the strategy? What is the system? What is the funnel? What is the positioning and things like that. Religious thoughts and wisdom. Those are my five pillars of content. And from the values that you define in the first place, you imagine your ICP avatar and you make content for the specific avatar only. You're not serving to everyone out there. There's so much problem that you can serve everyone, 8 billion people, and you're trying to solve, and you're doing one solution for 8 billion people. It's not impossible, but it's really will lower down the value of your offer, and your service will have to be very very cheap for every people to actually buy it. Because if you're serving to everyone, you are actually almost to serving no one. And when you have defined your pillars of content, how you talk on there, how you think on there, what is the kind of content you will put on for that specific avatar, you have to build the skills that will attract your clients. Now, I'll share with you something. If if you saw me just 1 year ago, I wasn't able to talk to the camera like this without stumbling. I'm still stumbling, but it's much less more now. I wouldn't use my English so fluently like right now. And obviously you wouldn't see me building my business 200k plus per month. And you have to build the skills that would attract your clients, because the clients not only buy based on the trust, but also based on your professions. Your skills is as much as important as how do you think, your belief, and your thoughts about this. For example, if you want to serve the clients on marketing, if you're trying to design for your clients, do some design for yourself. Operating storytelling and validating ideas, same thing. And content analysis. Content analysis, I will list you this here. The most for popular, yet the most for effective on every kind of social platforms. Long form content, short form content, free resources, and post. I want to be really emphasized on free resources. Most of the people don't have enough intentions to actually put their free resources out there. They're one, oversharing it, or two, never sharing it at all. And giving so much information out there for their clients is not actually helping, but it's very much most of the time gives them butterflies and don't know what to actually do. And so before we jump into different kinds of content, short to short form content, long form, all of the things that specific and detailed like that, I want you to understand how every type of content is a word actually work. And I found this infographic really interesting. We have awareness, consideration, purchase retention, and advocacy. I'm pretty sure that you have seen it, and the client have to know first that you exist in the world, and then they see your offer and they consider what you do. This is where the trust come in, and then they purchase it, and then because you build the trust for that specific avatar, the retention we're hoping be very high, and that's our goal. More than 30% is the average of the niche. Your business should not be based on the attracting new clients every day, every month, but it should actually be based on the LTV, and your MR is very much rely on your profit. And let's talk about short form. So in short form, people scrolling every second, but they actually have a small time. The attention span of people is so short, they'll scroll down. Once the algorithm suggests your video to that type of specific avatar, they would watch you like 30 seconds or 1 minute or even 5 seconds and then scroll down and then you're gone. And that's why they have only very small time spent with you, which means the trust with you are really this low in this type of time. Trust and time often come together proportional. But on the reels you see on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, there are billions of people and there are all kind of people using those reels and watching things. And that's why it's the best for serving the first funnel in here. It is the awareness that give the clients the interesting about the fact that you exist in the world, and you are different from other people because you show the relatedness to that specific avatar, and that's why the awareness of your existence is much more special. And on long form, when people go from short form and they go into your bio, in long form content, often business education like this, they sophisticate your audience because people need to spend more time with you, so they will much more like filter the audience that will buy or don't buy, or even give you even more data, more value provided, which mean more people will trust you. And about the stories on Instagram, TikTok, and the social platforms, the secret of stories is proximity. Proximity is how close you are to your clients. Are you actually related? Are you actually positioning yourself into their shoes? And story also will prove and the first impression when they look at you on the bio, on the awareness, if you're organized or not, if you are in the dark theme or light, if you are this person or that person. That first impression is the story present you to the client. And the story is actually built so much proof. It builds very much closeness. Okay, so let's talk about post and carousel. Do you think of posting or carouseling? You actually have to write a lot on that. Your clients have to read on that, and it also very much the similar format for LinkedIn, and it's very business based. And if anyone who actually interested in you, interested in your offer, interested in what you do, they'll actually go on and have some interaction with you, follow, comment, or repost or things like that. And any one kind of your audience will also truly more connected to you. They will see your principles. So connection will be deeper because when you write and when you talk, there's a large, very large difference between talking and writing for them to actually understand on their own and for you to actually articulate your idea to talk to them and writing things down and helping your clients, helping your followers, what you do and make them feel like they're part of the community to understand their own idea and that they are a part of your community is very much a deeper level of building connections. After all that, you have to have a funnel. The funnel to actually get a real clients. How can you actually attract more and more and more ICP clients if you don't have a real funnel for that? If you go on a guy who don't have any system and a guy who have a system, a data, and analyze it, you'll find that the guy in the long term, every time you'll see the guy who have the data better will have a much more better result. And now going back to the awareness, you go on short form and long form. You build trust your audience. Your audience have gained much more valuable information and have built trust with you, and they have spent more time with you. Now you link them to a core offer. A core. What do I mean by core offer? So most of the business out there, like most of the coach out there, they put on the link, a link tree that have affiliate links, physical product links, service link, referral links, things like that. When you do that, your audience actually don't know what to do. You give them too many options, and it creates like you're trying to sell them, not show them what to do, not actually show them to help. And so that you really should combine of your offer in remove of your offer and only investing on one offer, one kind of streaming, and give that a link, maybe a landing page, maybe a sales call, maybe the DM into your DM to actually convert that into a buyers. And for me, I do short form and long form, and then in the description I have the link offer, and then I have the uh, sales goal, and 80% to 90% is I'm on the sales goal. They know who I am. They know that I can capable of. They know that I have the solution. So they already been convinced that I'm good for them, and they are good enough, and I can give them solution, and they are a good fit for me because I am very much clear on my principles that if I can help you, then I won't get your money. It's just that simple. And after sales goal, you deliver to them, you get the feedback loop, the comments, you higher your LTV, and you go back it to actually get onto data. What type of content you have to double down, what type of content you have to invest more, what type of format you should test more, what type of thing you need to say, and should you go broader and niche down or niche up or things like that. You you use your data from the customers who already buy from you and go back to the content, and so you attract even more clients on your waiting list. And by that way, you also get a retention much higher. And now let's get on the next very much advanced things: omnipresence and leverage. So omnipresence and leverage. You have to know how to leverage your content into different platforms. So now I'll give you an example. For me, for each YouTube videos that I put on, I will record my YouTube video for about 2 or 3 days, and it will generate on my channel about 6 or 7 videos per week. And then for each YouTube video, I will cut that off, give that for my editor for some. I have structure, and then my editor would edit it and put it on Instagram, put it on LinkedIn, and I also use my post my cursor on LinkedIn to also transfer it to Instagram. And so for just one YouTube video, I could generate for 4 more content leveraging Forex instead of just putting on YouTube, doing nothing at all. And I only have people who actually know me by YouTube, which is not effective at all. Not effective at all, and actually wasting much potential of my offer of everything that I can help to other people. Mm, I want to clear with you something that when you do short form content without long form content, you won't sell to anyone. And it also applies to vice versa. The era of only do one of two kind is dead. It's dead totally. I have to say this because many of you, when as a coach, they don't do YouTube video. They just put on the Instagram. They put on physique experience on the Instagram. But the thing is, people don't spend much, like Instagram have wired the brain of the audience that it's not for business, it's for entertainment, it's for reels, it's for short span of attention. So the closing rate when they jump on the sales call is like the total new jump on the first stage of awareness, but not a deep dark connection. The moment they jump on the sales call, it's like totally two totally stranger talking to each other. It's not like one person who already convinced to buy and another just do some personal talk like that. And you have to understand leverage. You have to understanding that content is the most powerful thing you can do for your brand. Because when you post a video, when you post any type of content of that today, it won't be like have much impact, but you do it and you wait for it like 6 or 12 months with that consistency, with that discipline. You still doing it. You still continue to posting and and you continue your presence on different platforms. You stick to the structure, stick to the system. 6 to 12 months later, you will see it paid off. Your clients will be 10x your LTV, 10x your offer will be much better. Your experience is hundreds or thousands times better, and your calculated obviously it will come follow because money just your calculated it will also be much more higher. So be consistent and be patient. I've drawn a little bit of trust and time out there. The more proximate you with your client, the trust and you build more trust, they will spend more time with you. And long form content is very powerful on this. And on trust, it's like the proportional thing. The more time they spend with you, the more trust they have with you. And the more trust they have with you, the more time they spend with you. It's not just for retention rate, it's also for expanding your content and actually how can you scale up your business. So that's enough for organic content. Let me show you another aspect that you have to learn when you get to 100K plus per month is paid marketing. So because I've been rolling in the e-commerce things for pretty much a long enough time, I know how paid marketing works, Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, beside of just the personal branding organic. And the thing about paid marketing is you have to really know your audience and you have to really know what your winning ads should look like. And you have to be very clear on how you can clear on the matrix and clear on your target audience. Now, for the system that you love to use for paid marketing is that you know what type of winning ads and the retention rate is high. You take that from Instagram and you put that on Facebook ads. Let's take that on Facebook ads and YouTube ads, and then you scale it for about how many dollars for the budget, and you scale it, and the clients will come in. But obviously, when you use paid marketing, the chance that we close the clients obviously would be much lower than the clients that you build the trust on the, and they buy from you, they come to you. And that's why I also least recommend using paid marketing. You should really master the art of organic content and build your personal brand around it. And you have to know your number. Business is the game of data and analyzing, and have the clear report, the clear number, and you understand your number. When you understand your number, it is very much easier for everyone to do the job, to what your client actually like, what your client don't, how can you improve your business, and all things like your revenue, your cash collected, your tax, your retention, your closing rate, your skipping rate, what does your hook look like, what type of thing you have to fix. You have to know your number. You use tracking tools, hire a VA for you to do that is very simple. Remove things that really draining and leverage more and do more on what really works. Test more format. So how can you act? But if you do this as one person, it is very, very, very tired. I can swear with you. And I have a content team with I brainstorm my own idea and I frame of the raw content, and then I give it to my editor, and we have a schedule of draft and final edit, so that when I check and some things I don't like, you have to know, you have to learn this. As long as you're trying to build your own personal brand, I will tell my editor and he will do it again very clearly and very systemize the things down so everyone can do the job much better for much shorter amount of time, and we'll have better relationships in the company. Your company is good, your client is good. That's how it works. And because your personal brand based a lot of the content team, both paid ads and organic content, you have to really take care of your own idea. But Tung, what if I don't have any ideas? Then relax. The method I use for this is I have block time of silence in the morning and in the afternoon. No, and at the end of the day for around 10 to 20 minutes every day. And when the idea comes, write that down on the paper. The powerful thing about you don't keep that thing on in your head, you write that down on the paper, is that when you look at it very, very much more often, you will you know what is the better idea of this, and you will get a much better idea, and you will get the similar ideas around that. So when you write out that better, it's actually articulating down your idea much more better. And silence is a very much important time if you're if you want to have much more better idea, creative idea. For the most final part, I want to clear some myths about personal branding. Going viral is not the real thing. You're talking to one specific avatar. The goal here is to brand yourself and to actually make yourself present to that one kind of person you want to work with, and you share the value to a specific group of people. You don't aim for the viral. You don't serve, as I said, you don't serve everyone, and you don't have to wait to have enough achievements. For me, I share what is real. I share my 3 years of growth and learning. I share with you the valuable information, and I am not someone who is professional or like have too much experience. Like I didn't scale my business to eight figure. I didn't have 10 years of experience in my life, but I share my story and I share more value to my audience, and that's how you build a personal brand. Your energy matter. Stop consuming. You're the brand. You're responsible for the customer success. You have to show up every day and you form good habits. The energy matter. And just please stop consuming and creating. Stop this video a little bit. Go on, film something, film about your life, post it on public, and see people how they react. Just stop, consume, and build your own idea. The last thing I want to say with you is that never quit and stay humble. You have to love what you do. Love what you do because this is your own personal brand. You can fake. You can fake your energy. You cannot fake what you love. You cannot fake who you are. You can lie to everyone, but you cannot lie to yourself. And when you lie to yourself, for a period of time later, everyone will find out eventually. And thank you for sitting with me 1 hour of training.
And I will put the link of the exact system in the description below. And if you're really serious and truly want to change your life by personal branding, book the strategy call with us. We'll see if you're a good fit, and we'll guide you through step by step how can you with us do it together. And with that being said, wish you have a good day.